up, folks? Sean the Average Angler, and it is chilly out here today. The weather's changing. We've had a few storms, and we are kind of in our transition now from fall to winter. Water temperatures are really starting to plummet. We got fronts, high pressure, keep rolling through. So things are starting to change, and what we're going to see is fish are going to be moving towards those winter haunts. Now, they're still feeding up on bait and all that kind of stuff, and that is one of the ways they'll feed throughout the winter. But this is a time of year where I really start making some adjustments. Not necessarily fishing different baits. We're going to make some adjustments. Today I want to share some of those with you, okay? First and foremost, we're going to start to downsize line a bit. For example, if I'm fishing my jig, I'm going to drop from like 18 to 20 down to 12 to 14. The fish become a little more sluggish this time of year, so we don't necessarily need the real heavy line to do battle, get them to the boat. Most of the time they've also moved out towards open water, not as much in cover, so it's a little easier to do battle with them. And the lighter line for line shy fish just gives us a little better chance of getting bit, and really getting bit is what we want to do. Number two for me is, because of that downsizing line, I'm going to switch up my rods now. Okay, this is an Irod Air 753. It's a medium heavy. I got lighter line on there. Got a little more bend in the rod. Not going to put quite as much power to them. Now, I could fish jigs on this year round. It's a great rod. But in the summertime and spring, I really like to lay the power to them, so I like to step it up a little bit. So in the winter, we step it back a little bit. Still has plenty of power to set the hook. This rod is actually rated for, 10 to 18 pound. Okay, quarter to 3/4, I believe. Yep. All right, very versatile rod, great rod. The Irod Air, again, is Irod's top of the line. Great performer, okay? Now, this is the time of year I'm really going to start to simplify. I'm pretty much going to be throwing that Johnny C. California Reservoir lure finesse jig, or an alternative would be Bass Union's finesse football, okay? Both very similar size-wise, all that kind of stuff. The difference, I'm going to make two big changes to the jig, okay? One's going to be the trailer. The other, I'm really going to start hacking my skirt. Now, this one's not done, but what I'll do is I'll just come in at an angle, kind of roll cut, just kind of give it sort of a haggard look, if you will. But what you'll notice when I did that is there's strands popping out, okay? So not only did it thin the skirt down some, but it also is just making it pop a little more, because probably going to fish it a little bit slower, and we're going to look for some secondary action from the jig itself in the water. So trimming up the skirt does a good job of that. All right, the other change I'm going to make, like I said, is the trailer. I am going to go to 5-inch Yamamoto double tail. Trying to find another one. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna keep the colors most of the time pretty basic. Okay, that cinnamon purple is gonna match that cinnamon purple with oxblood jig really, really well. I don't know exactly why in the wintertime, when those fish start to slow down, that double tail just seems to work so well. Okay, there you go. Now with that on there, I'm going to trim a little bit. I've got some stuff sticking there. A little bit more. All right, that's good. Now if I could dip it in the water, some of that loose stuff would fall off, okay? But there you see, it's a little bit haggard. That skirt's really puffing out well. I got that double tail on there. And basically I want to leave the kickers free of skirt material, okay? There's a little bit at the very beginning, but nothing touching the stuff back here. These legs will kick or wave very slowly, even at the slowest movements. Like I said, Yamamoto 5-inch double tail. It just works really, really well for me in the winter, okay? Now, one thing I do note, this is an old one, okay? The new ones, pay attention to them because they'll come fastened like that and you just need to pull them apart, okay? They're in the boat. I have a tub here. I keep a tub of these in the garage so that I can rig, so that my stuff's rigged for the day. And then I have the stuff in the boat as far as when I'm on the water. Let's see, location. Oh, yes. One other little secret I like to use during this time when the fish are a little more funky, not as aggressive, becomes a little bit more important to me to use scent. I'm not necessarily picky on which scent I use. I've got smelly jelly in the boat. I've got bait pop. I've got that other new one, the one that everybody's raving about. I've got Strike King coffee scent, spray scent. So I just like to put some sort of scent on it, okay? Bang. I've even got 2 other ones in there I can't remember the names of. But anyway, like I said, I don't really care which one it is as long as I'm putting some sort of scent on it. Just seems to help. Location, fish location. Where? All right. If we're looking for fish, and here's the beauty as we move into winter, is that when you locate fish, the majority of the time they hang around in those areas. Now, the spot I'm going to give you and tell you how to approach is not necessarily no secret. I think what can help you is the approach to it. Okay, and that's fishing a point. Well, and here's one other thing I'll show you. The other thing I will do in the winter, if the original way isn't getting bit, I will throw a trailer on there to really contrast, stand out, and make it bold. Okay, that's what I love about the double tails. Come in tons of colors and they're really easy to swap out and you can really change the look of your jig. Okay, now getting back to our approach. I'm going to fish points. We're going to fish slow, but we're going to fish fast. What I mean by that, we're going to pull up on the point. We're going to start out. Don't come right in on top of them with the boat and set it down right on top. Start out, let the boat drift to where you want to get position-wise. We're going to make our casts up there. We're going to make 3, 5, 7 casts, depending on the size of the point. Feel like we covered things. If we don't get bit, we're going to pick up and move to the next one. And we're just going to create a rotation. You decide how big of a rotation, but this is what I want you to do. We're going to come back and hit these same points 4, 5, 6 times throughout a day. What happens is fish will move up on there to feed. We're looking to intercept those fish that are moving up to feed. Those fish become very, very easy to catch, okay? Because they're up there to feed, and they will attack that jig. They will eat it quick. If they ain't there, don't force it. Move on to the next one, and we're just looking to bump into them, okay? Make our 5, 6 circuit, and we're going to keep going and keep going. Sometime throughout the day, we're going to intercept them, and we're going to catch them. This also is very, very effective for catching big fish, okay? They're all feeding. When that big fish moves up, it may only be a couple of them. We want to be there to intercept them, okay? Sean the Average Angler, look for more of these to come because I got a few other baits. Fall to winter is so many baits to use, but I do make changes to most of them. This is the one for jigs, okay? The line, the rod, and the trailer, and scent always in the wintertime. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. We're going to see you on the next one.